اسم التفضيل. اسم التفضيل. Let me get my pen. And ism al-tafdil is basically comparing objects with each other, comparing two or more objects. Okay, that is what ism al-tafdil is about. Now I'm going to give you an example. We'll move out of this screen and come and give you a blank screen. Okay. So we say هذا البيت كبير أو صغير؟ هو صغير. هذا البيت صغير. هذا البيت صغير. This is your مبتدأ. This is your خبر. هذا البيت صغير. طيب. وهذا البيت أصغر منه. أصغر منه. So this word أصغر can you recognize any letters here from the word صغير?
Yeah, there's a صاد, غين, and ra.
أيوه أحسنت بارك الله فيك. So you have the same letters, the صاد, the غين, and the ra. This one says صاد, غين, and then there's a ya, and there's a ra. But the original, what we call the foundation letters of this word are these three: صاد, غين, and ya. And here we have the same three: صاد, غين, and ra. The only difference here is that we have this alif in the beginning, and it says asgharu, asgharu. So one thing we should remember about the word you use to compare two objects. It has the and also to compare one thing over the rest of its type, where there's more than two. It takes this pattern. أفعل. أفعل. In the Arabic language, the letters fa, ain, and lam, these are used to represent the three main letters in any given word. The three fundamental letters, or the three foundational letters in any given word, they're represented by fa, ain, and lam. So in the case of sad, ghain, and ra, you know, we might say, between me and you, we may agree to say the first foundational letter, which is sad, the second foundational letter, which is ghain, the third foundational letter, which is ra, or al-harf al-asli, al-awwal, al-harf al-asli, al-thani, al-harf al-asli, al-thalith, the first, the second, and the third. But in Arabic language, the grammarians or the linguists, they say that this sad, this is The fa, this is the fa of the word, meaning it takes that position because fa, ain, lam. This is what they have as the foundation or as the basis, the main pattern. They call it fa, ain, and lam. So the fa of this word, saghir, is, what is it? Is sad. And the ain of this word, what is it? Is ghain. And the lam of this word is ra. Okay? So let's have a quick look at that now. Let me ask you another question. So for example, kitabun. What is the fa of this word? Fa al-kalima. And Ustad Muzammil, if you could possibly give the microphone, I think, to some of the brothers, they're willing to take the mic. They're going to hold it with them and then mute it as they choose. The fa of the kalima is the kaf, ahsan. And ainul kalima. Ainul kalima.
The ta.
Is the ta. And lamul kalima.
Ba.
Is the ba. Jayyid. So the first asli, harf al-asli is kaf. The second harf al-asli is ta. The third one is ba. But we don't call it first, second, and third. We call it the fa, the ain, and the lam. This is the conventional labeling that linguists use when they label words in the Arabic language. See it? So what would you call the alif? I'm actually not sure what the name is to give to that. But in any case, what we'll say is that there is a pattern for various things, okay? And when they state that there is a pattern, they call it a wazn. They call it a wazn, this pattern, okay? And the wazn of ismu al-tafdil, which is the comparative noun, the noun which is used to compare things. Its wazn is af'alu. Af'alu, that's the wazn. Okay? Now there are a few things to know about this wazn, af'alu. One thing to know about it is that it is mamnu' min as-sarf. Af'alu, which is known as af'alu al-tafdil. Af'alu, which refers to the, not the verb, the tafdil, the one that compares between things, this is mamnu' min as-sarf. That's one thing to know about it. Second thing to know about it, that it is an ism, it's a noun. It's ism. That's why it's called ism al-tafdil. Ism al-tafdil. The noun which is used to compare things. Noun which is the noun of comparison. Ism al-tafdil. Okay? And the second or the third thing to know about it is that it when
Yeah.
what am I going to say?
What are you talking about?
As a student, you look so cute.
Yes.
ऐसे बचपन में पढ़ते थे.
Abu Hassan, your mic is on. It's fine if you can mute it until it's required, inshallah. Is it Abu Hassan, yeah? Whose mic is on?
No. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, Akhi.
It's okay. That happens to all of us. Alhamdulillah. Problem is if it happens in a business meeting.
Allah yabarak feek.
Jazakallah. Likewise. So أي نعم. So أفعل is ممنوع من الصرف, and أفعل is اسم, and أفعل it is allowed to appear in singular form, and it can also be مذكر, it can be مؤنث, and it can be جمع. أفعل, it can be مفرد, and it can be جمع. It can be مذكر, and it can also be مؤنث. Okay, اسم التفضيل can be مذكر, and it can be مؤنث. It can be مفرد, and it can be جمع. And there are different situations when that happens. Now, when the ism tafdil does not have alif or lam, when the ism tafdil does not have alif or lam, no, afwan akhi kareem. So we said that the ism tafdil, it can be mufrad and it can be jam'. صح? We also said it can be مذكر and it can be مؤنث. صح? It can also be nakira and it can also be ma'rifah. That's what we need to know. These are the three things, the three states of ism at-tafdil. It can be mufrad or jam', can be mudhakkar or mu'annath, and it can also be nakira and ma'rifah. Nakira or ma'rifah. جيد. So in the case that ism tafdil, no, I'm not writing right now. So in the case that ism tafdil is mufrad, in the case that ism tafdil is not mudaf, and it's nakira, is not mudaf and it's nakira, in that situation, when it is not mudaf and not when ism tafdil is not mudaf and it's not ma'rifah, meaning that it doesn't have alif or lam on it, in that case it has to be mufrad and it has to be mudhakkar. Has to be mufrad and it has to be mudhakkar. If it's not mudaf and it's not ma'rifah. When ism tafdil is not mudaf and not ma'rifah, then it is going to be mufrad and it's going to be mudhakkar. It is also going to be mufrad and mudhakkar if it is mudaf, but the mudafun ilayhi does not have alif or lam. And that is what is called mudafun ila nakira. Mudafun ila nakira. إذا كان اسم تفضيل مضاف إلى نكرة, then the ism tafdil is mufrad and mudhakkar. Definitely we have to give the examples as well. If it's not mudaf and not ma'rifah, so it does not have alif or lam and it's not mudaf, then you have to use it as mufrad and it has to also be mudhakkar. And secondly, if it is mudaf, but the mudaf ilayhi is nakira, meaning mudaf ilayhi doesn't have alif or lam, and also in that situation, the ism tafdil is going to be mufrad and it's also going to be mudhakkar. Right? The second situation to describe of ism tafdil is that when it is mudaf ila ma'rifah. مضاف إلى معرفة. So this one is this is wajib, meaning you have no choice but to make it mufrad and mudaf. In this one over here, mudaf ila ma'rifah is also mufrad and mudhakkar, same as the previous one, but this one is not wajib. This is jaiz, it's allowed. That means it's jaiz, it's allowed. That means that if you decide not to use mufrad and mudhakkar, then you are allowed to follow the same pattern. Follow the same pattern as the mudaf ilayhi. If the mudaf ilayhi was jam', then you can make it jam'. If the mudaf ilayhi was mu'annath, you can make it mu'annath. But it's permissible to have it mufrad and mudhakkar. And then there is, so basically this is the first situation where it's wajib to be mufrad and mudhakkar. I know that you're probably wondering where the examples so we can understand this and apply it, and we will do that in a second, inshallah. And the second situation that is jaiz to be mufrad and mudhakkar. And the last situation is that when the ism tafdil, it has alif and lam. When ism tafdil, it has alif and lam. In that situation, it has no choice but to follow al-ism al-mufaddal, the thing that is being compared to. If that is jam', then the ism al-tafdil has to be jam'. If that's mu'annath, it has to be, then this one has to be mu'annath. So it follows the ism al-mufaddal. So there are two sides. There are two sides to the equation of ism tafdil. We have ism tafdil and we have ism mufaddal. Sorry for the handwriting down the bottom there. Ism tafdil and ism mufaddal. Ism tafdil is what we said already in the pattern of af'alu. And the ism al-ism al-mufaddal is the thing that is being compared to. In the case of the example above, al-baytu, this is al-ism al-mufaddal.
Yes, got it.
طيب. نعم يا أخي زاهر بإذن الله تعالى.
جزاك الله خير.
Let's go now to So that's basically some background on this topic. Let's go now and see the text and see what we have in Madeenah book 2 in Ad-Dars al-Thalith. Where is that sheet gone? We were viewing. Here it is. Ism al-tafdil. Now yesterday, yesterday we were reading over here, and we were introduced to these numbers, 19 طالبا, and then we read down here, أليس كذلك. So we finished أليس كذلك. We finished 19 طالبا, and here we have today's sentence, which carries the main aspects of what we want to learn today. So if I can ask 2 people to read just these couple of lines. Now, I know that Zakaria has been keen to read. So if I can ask Zakaria or Zahir, Zakaria, who is it? Na'am akhi? Is that young Zakaria, is it?
Yeah, inshallah, Zakaria will read.
No, I'm sorry. If Zakaria could read Ahmed, and then another brother, maybe Ayman, could read Aliyun.
هو الطويل الجد أليس كذلك؟
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك زكريا. وفقك الله. May Allah subhanahu bless you. Keep going, please, Ayman.
علي بلى هو طويل جدا ولكن حامدا أطول منه إنه أطول طالب في فصلنا ومن أطول طالب في فصلكم.
بارك الله فيك. طيب. So now I want you to notice what's going on in the answer to Zakaria, what Zakaria is reading. Zakaria said, هو طويل جدا أليس كذلك? And then Aliyun, what did he say? He said, Bala. And we learned that yesterday. This is the answer to أليس كذلك in the affirmative. If you agree, yes, it's true. هو طويل جدا. You say, Bala. But over here, we have more than one thing happening. We have this Hamidan. All of a sudden, Hamidun in Madeenah book 1. Over here is Hamidan. For the first time, we're seeing Hamidan with 2 fathas. And the only thing that could, the only reason for that could possibly be is lakinna. Jayid? But we're going to come back to lakinna on another lesson. Today we're going to be focusing on the statement innahu atwalu minhu. Atwalu minhu. And also atwalu talibin. Atwalu talibin. So he said over here, huwa tawilun jiddan, walakinna hamidan atwalu minhu. So where is the ism tafdil in these words?
أطول.
Hamidan atwalu minhu. Where's ism tafdil?
أطول.
Ism tafdil, barakallahu fiqh, is atwalu. Barakallahu fiqh. And as you can see, there's only one dhamma. Why does it only have one dhamma?
Because it is mamnu min as-sarf.
Ahsan Allah ilayk. Because it is mamnu' min as-sarf. And mamnu' min as-sarf only takes one dhamma, even when there's no alif or lam. Jayyid. Where is the ism al-mufaddal? meaning the thing that is being compared to is hamidan. Is
حامد.
hamidan. جيد. And we said earlier that when the ismu tafdil, it does not have alif or lam, and it is not mudaf. In that case, it has to be mufrad, and it has to be mudhakkar. And that is what you see in front of you. So this formula, af'alu, this is the singular form of ismu tafdil, and it is the mudhakkar form of ismu tafdil. That is something that you need to know. The singular form of ismu tafdil and the mudhakkar form of ismu tafdil, that is what you are seeing in front of you, which is the pattern af'alu. And you're seeing it here in the form of atwalu. Okay, one more thing to add to this, to the story of Ism al-Tafdil, is that when you are comparing two things side by side, then after the Ism al-Tafdil, you will say min. Because you're comparing someone or something is afdalu or atwalu or aktharu min something else. So this over here is for example the first house. This over here is the second house. These are the two things that you're comparing. And over here, what will go? Over here, you will have ism tafdil. Okay. Can't get the fatha in there. So in the middle over here, so you have three things. You have the house, this is the big house, this is ism mufaddal. And you have ism tafdil, and then this is what you're comparing it to. So هذا البيت أكبر من هذا البيت أو من ذلك. هذا البيت أكبر من ذلك. So حامدا أطول من.
Who?
What is this?
أسامة.
What is this who? What's that who going back to? This is the dhamir. Who is it referring to?
أسامة.
Usama.
الله فيك. He's referring to Usama, which is ذلك الطالب الطويل جدا. ذلك الطالب الطويل جدا. حامدا أطول من أسامة. أسامة أسامتي أسامة. What should it be? أسامة أسامة من حرف الجر. حرف الجر من.
أسامة.
So someone saying Usama. Anyone else?
Usamata.
Aywa. Some saying Usamata, even in the in the writing, in the chat. And the reasoning why Usamata?
Because it's mamnu' min as-sarf.
No, Ahsan, because Usamatu is even though it's a name of a masculine, it finishes with ta marbuta. And in book 1, possibly in lesson 5 or 6 or earlier, you learned that even those names which are masculine names, if they finish with ta marbuta, like for example, Usamatu, Hamzatu, Hudhayfatu, they are also mamnu' min as-sarf. And then you learned at the end of the book, lesson 23, that if you have harful jar before a mamnu' min as-sarf, then it becomes majroor. Yes, majroor, but the sign of majroor is with a fatha, not a kasra. So then, hamidan atwalu min usamata. And that is what this dhamir is pointing to. Then over here, he said, innahu atwalu talibin fi faslina. أطول طالب في فصلنا. And look at the rules that we spoke about. We said مضاف إلى نكرة. مضاف إلى نكرة. So the first example is this one. It is without alif wal lam and it is not mudaf. This wajib to be mufrad and mudhakkar. And second example, it is mudaf, but the mudaf ilayhi is what? Is nakira. What does it mean, nakira?
Singular.
Not singular. Singular is mufrad. But nakira basically means
Indefinite. Indefinite.
indefinite without alif wal lam. Without alif wal lam, yeah? So it's indefinite. So the mudaf ilayhi, so this is ism tafdil, atwalu, and it's mudaf. The mudaf ilayhi is nakira. So therefore, what's the ruling that we have to follow? What's the ruling that we follow about ism tafdil? We say that it should be mufrad,
Muzakkar.
singular, and mudhakkar. And is this jaiz or is it wajib?
Wajib.
It's wajib. Why is it wajib?
It is jaiz, not wajib.
So now we're differing. So we're gonna go to that screen that we had earlier. Share screen, whiteboard. It is mudaf ila nakira. Can you see it?
No.
Mudaf ila nakira. This one. What do we say? Wajib.
Wajib.
Mufradun mudhakkar is wajib. So far, you see the example for this. It is not mudaf and it's not ma'rifah. It has to be mufrad and mudhakkar, as you saw over there. Atwalu minhu. Atwalu minhu. The example of this one is when you have min coming after it. When you have min coming after it, that is the example of not mudaf and not ma'rifah. And this one, mudaf ila nakira, this is when you are comparing to the whole group. So the top one, when you're comparing between two things, the big house and the small house, the tall student and the short student, or the shorter student. And this one here is when you're comparing to all of those things in that area. Okay? Let's go back to where we were. So here's those examples here. أطول منه إنه أطول طالب في فصلنا. جيد. Let's go now, my brothers, to the exercises that talk about ismu al-tafdil. And this is the main part of this lesson. So that's why they dedicated a lot of time, a lot of exercises to it. They want you to make sure that you've understood this. And alhamdulillah, we left it for this day, today, because we have a gap of one day in between us, so we can do some practice in the class, and then you have a couple of days to do the homework, inshallah. And please bear with us with regards to the feedback on the homework. We're still trying to work around the best way to give feedback. Now, I've replied some of the homeworks, but sometimes if I need to write on the document or to give some written feedback on the actual document, that's what something I've not been able to do yet. So inshallah, once I've overcome that, then the feedback will be quicker. طيب. Let's look at this تمرين رقم ثلاثة. It says اقرأ الأمثلة الآتية لاسم التفضيل. Read the following examples of اسم التفضيل. هاشم طويل وحامد أطول منه. آمنة صغيرة وزينب أصغر منها. هاشم طويل وحامد أطول منه. Who is this who referring to?
هاشم.
No, he's talking about Hashim. So where's the ism tafdil?
أطول.
أطول. Where's the ism mufaddal?
حامد.
حامد. Look at أطول. Is it mudaf? Is it mudaf? No, it's not mudaf. أخي مزمل, could Muhammad Fayyaz have the microphone, please? He texted a message. Maybe we didn't see it.
Yeah, sure.
Also, Fayyaz, if you can put your hand up, maybe you have already, I don't know. But if you put your hand up, then it's easier possibly for the admin to see, and then they can give you the mic quicker, inshallah. Barakallahu feek. So, is it mudaf? No, it's not mudaf. And is it, what was the other one? Does it have alif or lam? No, what was the other one? It's not mudaf, and
Not marifa.
it's not ma'rifah. Yeah, it's not ma'rifah. There's no alif or lam. So in that case, it has to be mufradun mudhakkarun. Follows the pattern af'alu. Look at the second example. Aminatu saghiratun. Aminatu saghiratun. Wa Zainabu asgharu minha. Where's the ism tafdil?
الصوار.
صغر.
Asgharu. Where's the ism mufaddal?
زينب.
Zainabu. Zainabu, is Zainab mudhakkar or mu'annath?
مؤنث.
مؤنث.
Yeah, Zainab is mu'annath. So somebody might say, well, okay, well, Zainab is mu'annath. So this ism tafdil, it should follow also and be mu'annath. But we're going to say, no, that's not the case. Why not? Because we did learn, the very first thing I said to you was that ism tafdil, it can be mudhakkar, can be mu'annath, can be mufrad, can be jam', can be nakira, can be ma'rifah, can be any of those things. So why here, if there's an opportunity to make it mu'annath, because Zain is comparing Zainab, and I should have added that it's sitting perfectly in the position to be na'at. So why is it not following? Why is it not mu'annath?
Because this is not appearing as muzaf and marifa.
Exactly, because number one is not mudaf, and number two, as you just said, and as also Imran and Zaid just said, is not ma'rifah. There's no alif or lam. So therefore, wajib that it has to be in the form of waznu af'al, which is mufradun mudhakkar. Even though the comparison is with females, and that is what the author of the book, he wanted you to understand here. That's why he gave this example with both genders. Let me just listen to the adhan over here reply. Allah. La ilaha illallah. Allah barik. نعم يا أخي الكريم Imran, you asked to explain that again because the ism al-tafdil does not have alif or lam in front of it and neither is it mudaf, then you will see it in the pattern of the one that we described earlier, which was af'alu, the original mudhakkar, mufradun mudhakkar. Yeah, mufradun mudhakkar. مفرد مذكر جيد طيب هذا الكتاب أسهل من ذاك هذا الكتاب أسهل من ذاك وإذا اسم التفضيل
أسهل.
أسهل أسهل جيد هذه السيارة أجمل من تلك اسم تفضيل أجمل Hamzatu. I think you guys can read this for us. We've got some. These are all examples. It does, alhamdulillah. So go ahead. You got 5, 6 brothers with access to the microphone, one by one. If you could read from here, number 3. Go ahead, Akhi. Who's on the top of the list? I'm not sure if you guys can see the list, but so I'll call the names, inshallah. So go ahead, yeah. Zakaria, please start.
هذا الكتاب أسهل من ذاك.
Ayo, mashallah, you're reading there. I want you to read this one, Akhi Zakaria.
حمزة أكبر مني سنا.
Sinnan. Barakallah fiqh. You see Hamza too. Zakaria, you have to say Hamza too, okay? Because there's no harful jar that came before it. So it's not going to change from Dhamma to Fatha without harful jar or something else. And Ism Tafdil, it follows this pattern over here on the left. Af'alu. So here you're going to have a Dhamma at the end as well. So well done, good reading. Hamza to akbaru minni sinnan. Just as a side point here, he said, Hamza is older than me. Or he said bigger than me, right? Akbaru minni is bigger than me. But then he said sinnan. What's this word here, sinnan?
In age,
In age. And what can you tell me about the word as it stands? How it's formatted?
Here.
mansub,
It's mansoob. Barakallah fiqh. What else can you say about it?
مفرد.
It's mufrad. Ahsant. So something which is mufrad and mansoob, one of the things that we learned about that type of a word is that it is
تمييز.
tamyiz. It differentiates. Tamyiz means it's a differentiator. So he said, Hamza to akbaru minni. Akbar minni in which way? Is he akbar minni in status, akbar minni in height, akbar minni in size in general, or in something else? Tamyiz
In age.
differentiates. Yeah. So he said sinnan to differentiate what he means by akbaru. And so that's one way of using tamyiz. Barakallah fiqh. Abu Hassan, can you read number 4?
نعم. هؤلاء الطلاب أحسن من أولئك.
What do you guys say about this reading? Is it okay? Does anyone do you disagree?
It's meant to be Abdullah.
At-tullab was one thing because this is harf shamsi. And because it's alif or lam, we will join this because this alif over here is hamzat al-wasl, so we'll join it. So you say haula it-tullabu, haula it-tullabu, haula it-tullabu. نعم أحسن من أولئك أو أولئك أحسن من أولئك. أحسنت أخي أبو حسن بارك الله فيك. محمد فياز رقم 5.
بيتي أبعد عن المدرسة من بيتك.
ما شاء الله. بيتي أبعد. Just imagine we took that away for a second. What does it say? بيتي أبعد من بيتك. My house is further from your house, further than your house. But obviously, just to make that statement, there has to be some relationship, it has to be in relation to something. أبعد من بيتك in comparison to what? So that's where this comes in.
Madrasa.
He said, Anil madrasati. And you know that now, when you're doing this, when you're using something, talking about distance, you can use the harful jar, ain. Afwan, harful jar, an. Anil madrasati. You say, somebody says to you, Aina baytuka. You can say, Bayti ba'idun anil matari, for example. Someone says to you, Abaytuka qaribun min al matari. You say, La. Bayti ba'idun anil matari. House is far from the airport. Al matar. Al matar. And anil harf al jar. So you've got the kasra at the end. Anil matari. Al matar means airport. جيد. تفضل أخي الكريم أبو حمزة أيمن رقم 6.
هو أصغر منا سنا.
هو أصغر منا سنا. بارك الله فيك. This is directly related to number 3. حمزة أكبر مني سنا. هو أصغر منا سنا. He is younger than all of us in age. He's smaller than us in age, so he's younger. تفضل أخي زاهر.
خطي أحسن من خطاك.
Why خطاك? There's no alif there. If there was alif, then you'd see a gap after the alif and after the kaf. So it's not خطاك, and also you have harf al-jar here. So خطي أحسن من خطك. خطك. جيد? Is that okay, أخي الكريم?
Yeah,
you see that? No, this is a harf al-jar, and the next one is going to be majroor because of this. Only one kasra. Why? Because not really. Why one kasra on khatti? أيوة أحسنت. زيد وعمران is مضاف. is هو مضاف. هو مضاف. طيب. One more person take the mic. Ahmed Deal. Oh, Saqib, sorry. And then Ahmed. Then we'll close. Father Saqib.
هذا الشارع أنظف من ذلك.
بارك الله فيك. هذا الشارع أنظف من ذلك. جيد. Now, some of the brothers, maybe they're new or they did book 1 before quite some time ago, they're confused. Why am I saying to one brother min khattika, and this one I'm not saying anything to anyone? Min dhalika. Min is harful jar. Why is it not affecting dhalika?
Because the Dhamma
ذلك is mabni.
Because dhalika, Ahsan barakallahu fiik, is ism ishara. It's not ism mawsul, it's actually ism ishara. And so one of the brothers in the text, he said ism mawsul. Ism mawsul is alladhi, allati, those are ism mawsul. Mawsul. And this one, hadha, dhalika, haula'i, ulaika, these are asma' al-ishara. and all of them, most of them are mabni. Most of them are mabni. هذا الشارع أنظف من ذلك, which means من ذلك الشارع. طيب, and one more, which is brother Ahmed.
اللبن أحسن من الشاي.
اللبن أحسن من الشاي. Mhm. Milk is better than tea. How about if we put milk in tea?
Combination.
And how about Zaid? Zaid's not taking the mic. I don't know why. Maybe he's being shy. I'd like Zaid to read number 10, please. Is Zaid here? And does he have his mic? No. If you don't switch your mic on, then we know that you're not gonna take it. So we'll accept that. But if you can, go ahead.
هذه الساعة أرخص من تلك.
أحسن الله إليك. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. هذه الساعة أرخص من تلك. Why did he say تلك and not ذلك?
Because الساعة is مؤنث.
أحسن الله إليكم. Because it's referring to الساعة, and الساعة is مؤنث. That's the comparison. جيد, جميل, alhamdulillah. So now you did these 10 examples. Now they want you to make similar sentences with the words that they gave you. Look at this. Hashimun. The base word is tawilun. And ism. And they want you to compare him to Uthman. What will you say, Abul Hassan?
No. Hashimu atwal min Uthmanu. Usmana.
Barakallah fi ahsant. So the answer to this one will be Hashimun atwalu min Uthman.
لا.
No, أحسنت. أحسنتم جميعا ما شاء الله بارك الله فيكم. So then that's what you need to do to all of these examples in exercise 4. Okay? And also exercise 5, it says اقرأ الأمثلة, read the examples, ثم حول الجملة الآتية على غرارها, meaning following the same pattern as the examples, using اسم التفضيل, مستعملا اسم التفضيل. مستعملا اسم التفضيل. So read those examples in exercise 5 as well. And then you have هذه غرفة صغيرة. What will the answer be to this one? Maybe I think we have to do this practice together to be able to get it. We probably have to wait for this. But if you can do it, it'll be good. Look, Muhammadun talibun hasanun. Muhammadun, now they want to say, not only is he a good student, but he's the best in the whole class. So Muhammadun talibun hasanun, Muhammadun ahsanu talibin fil fasli. And here they gave you the ending. Here they gave you the ending. The same words. Muhammadun talibun hasanun, Muhammadun ahsanu talibin fil fasli. So هذه غرفة صغيرة. What will be the answer? Someone give me the sentence. تفضل. تفضل أخي. Who's that, Ahmed?
هذه غرفة. هذه أصغر غرفة في بيتنا.
بارك الله فيك. هذه أصغر غرفة في بيتنا. بلال لاعب حسن. Bilal is a good player. What would you say?
بلال
بلال
Yeah.
أحسن لاعب.
أحسن.
اللاعب.
لاعب. في فريقنا. فريقنا means our team. فريق means team. بلال أحسن لاعب في فريقنا. Bilal is the best player on our team. Okay, I'm confident that you guys can do exercise 4 and exercise 5 as homework. Barakallahu feekum. So that's basically what we'll do. We'll set this التمرين رقم 4 and التمرين رقم 5 as homework. Inshallah, yes, before Thursday, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Anytime from now to Thursday. Thursday is the next class. So, Akhi Muzammil, so we'll stop there bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. والله أعلم وصلى اللهم وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وجزاكم الله خيرا. Akhi Muzammil, going back to the issue of the time.
Yeah.
So we have someone on the messages